you just mentioned who your dad is, John Huston, as legendary as they come. What's your first memory of, being around a movie set or show business that you remember?
Yeah, I mean, one of my first memories was he was making a film based on a rather well-known book called The Bible.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And he was
I've heard of it.
Yes, and he was dressed up as Noah, beard and all, and he had the animals walking side by side. There was the Ark was there,
yes,
in full glory in Italy. A film produced by Dino De Laurentiis, and that was my father. That was the guy, and he occasionally would sit on the director's chair and smoke a cigar,
yes,
and he was the coolest dude.
He was.
You could imagine.
You would imagine,
yeah.
Right?
And he also did the voiceover for God, and I guess one's fathers are gods in a sense, but never quite. In the beginning,
I remember, sure.
And that was so. I spent a lot of time with him on film sets and would observe and
what did he teach
learn.
you? What did he teach you that you take into your roles all the time?
Yeah, I mean, I guess quite simply, choose the right story, choose the right script, and cast it properly.
Sounds simple, right?
Yeah. I had a Super 8 camera. I was filming everywhere when I was a kid. And he went, stop doing that. What's wrong? He goes, when you look from left to right, what do? You blink. Mm-hmm. That's a cut. So think about how you're going to be piecing this together. Don't just shoot wildly.
Oh, that's interesting.
And it's a good advice for life, really, as well. Concentrate on what it is you're trying to say, and forget all the nonsense in between.
Were you ever starstruck by anybody that your dad was directing? Or you remember?
I was lucky enough to meet all these people over dinner or at his house, and it wasn't a sort of Hollywood situation. He lived in Ireland, and so it didn't have all that sort of glitter around.
Your dad lived in Ireland?
Yeah,
when he was
in Galway, in Southern Ireland.
And you would just fly back to the United States to direct a film or act or anything like that?
That's right. And then later he lived in Mexico. Mm-hmm. But the one actor that I was completely starstruck by was Ava Gardner. And I met her, not with my father, but with my mother, over lunch. And I was all of 12.
I can imagine being awestruck by Ava Gardner as a 12-year-old boy. Yeah. That's for sure, Danny.
And I said, and after lunch, I said to my mother, I said, I think I'm in love. And she slapped me on the back of my head and she said, of course you are. It's Ava Gardner, for Christ's sake.
Yeah. It makes complete and total sense. One of the things, again, I took a class on film noir back in college. Obviously, The Maltese Falcon is one of the first films you're going to see, and was that one of the first films your dad directed?
It was his first film.
It was his first.
Yeah.
I mean, for that to be okay, we're gonna direct a brilliant film with Humphrey Bogart and Sidney Greenstreet, right, and Peter Lorre, and it's going to be a classic. To come out of the gates like that, my gosh, that's incredible. That's unreal.
My grandfather was also in it briefly for a second.
Is that right?
Walter Huston.
Okay.
And he carries the Falcon in wrapped in newspaper.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's
he
awesome.
Had a brief moment in it. But it when they made it, the term film noir wasn't invented yet. It was invented by some French critic who coined the phrase film noir.
Because of the way your dad shot it?
Yes. Yeah.
Because some of it was in the light, some of it was in the shadow. It was difficult to see some things, and he was purposeful as what was not seen.
And the hardball detective, which is, I guess, finally now reincarnated
As
in
Frank
Naked
Drebin.
Gun. Yes. But that
I didn't see Humphrey bump into things or run over things.
Right.
You know, or,
That's
or
right.
eat too many hot dogs in the,
That's
the
right.
body cam. You know, like that's too bad.
But
I didn't see that.
It's
funny.
It's developed so much over the years, has it not? Yeah.
That is funny, no doubt. And then another moment for your dad playing. You can't even call Noah Cross the bad guy in Chinatown. I mean, what he did in that movie is as up there with anything else that he's ever done.
I think one of the great villains of all time.
100%.
And I remember being quite troubled watching it, because that is also my father.
Yeah, no, I literally was going to ask you as a follow-up question. It's like your son.
Yeah.
Again, anybody who hasn't seen Chinatown, I guess it's spoiler alert. I mean, you know, if you haven't seen it, you know, in 50 plus years. That said, though, I mean, an awful human being. And I'm wondering what you were like as a kid watching your dad do this sort of thing up there.
Slightly preoccupied, but everything was okay. But with Akiva Schaffer, when we made Naked Gun, I remember him saying, I want each frame, if you were to freeze it, to have the beauty of a Chinatown, and to have that sort of photography. Wow. And, you know, we're talking about film noir. Film noir later turned into sort of a Chinatown, which had much more color, had a Technicolor, had all that beauty, this scrumptious L.A. beauty to it, palm trees, et cetera.
Were you on the set for Chinatown?
I wasn't. Thankfully.
I took a shot. I know I was about to say, I took a shot at that just to be, you know, around, obviously, you know, Faye Dunaway and Jack Nicholson and Roman Polanski and your dad in that role.
Yeah.
My gosh. Yeah. That movie's... perfect.
Yeah.
There's not a frame or anything, and your dad's acting in that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, unbelievable.
And the way he eats that fish.
Oh yes. Oof. You know.
And it's rare to see actors actually eating.
Yes.
You know.
All of that, and just the way that again that he said at the end, not to spoil it, like she's mine too. Like it was as creepy as they possibly can come. You know, in that movie.
And then the final line, it's Chinatown.
Yeah, and then the sprawling, you know, final shot as well. Exactly. Look at us. We're talking films right here on The Rich Eisen Show. Catch The Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.